Hello, Poppet. That was... You know what? No, I'm sticking with it. It was good stuff. Hello, Poppet. Alright, the second one, not so good. But, anyways, here we go. We're at it. So, I'm going to say something, and then I promise I'll tell you the truth. Ready for it? So, in the last episode I did, go watch it somewhere, Anyways, in the last episode, we talked about part 4 of Crisis, where the Flash goes into the Speed Force and loses a bunch of people. There was one thing I didn't talk about, and I did it on purpose. Because I do really want to dive into it a little bit more and talk about it. Now, the truth is, I forgot to talk about it. It's something that I wanted to talk about. I'm kind of glad it ended up this way because now I can discuss and not feel bad about wasting hours and hours discussing this one little thing. And what we're talking about is this guy meeting this guy. There is a scene in Crisis in part 4 where Barry's looking for everybody in the Speed Force, and he runs across himself, and we get another cameo moment, and it's actually super interesting because it's Ezra Miller Flash. He was the Flash that played on that movie. I'm not the one, and the 7 of them come together. Look, I know that movie it had issues, but it's what we got. And at least we have a Justice League movie. I really don't like the way that the Flash was portrayed in that movie, but at the same time, Ezra Miller still wore the costume and still put on did the thing. So, but anyways, that's not the point of any of this. The point is, okay, let's think about this. They meet in the Speed Force, and at this time, the multiverse is destroyed. Now, I don't think that this version of the Flash is from a different Earth. I think more, and I'm just kind of thinking that more because I'm just separating TV from movie, because those two have never intersected, which is why we have a different actor playing the Flash. At least in the multiverse, it was different versions, but this is basically Barry Allen. Kind of went through the same has a lot of the same kind of structure, very small, different, basically the same. I mean, you could almost, very, very similar characters. There, I'm sure there's some differences. I'm sure some people might think differently, but just from my own little word head game over here, from my understanding is very similar characters. But even still, let's go with option 1. He is from a different. He's just from a different Earth from the multiverse. How is that possible? All of them are gone, unless he ran into the Speed Force while all of this was happening, and that's why he kind of. But he didn't really disintegrate. See, I've got the issues I have with him being a part of the multiverse is the multiverse is gone. Now, whether he would have had to be in the Speed Force, he would have had to have been able to understand how to stay in the Speed Force, and he also had no idea what was going on because Barry, or the TV version Barry, it was what, this should be absolutely impossible now, and the other Barry's what do you mean now? Because he should have felt something through the Speed Force too, what destroying worlds can't just be, you can't just go to the Bahamas and not see it. So there's got to be something there. So that's why I'm kind of red Xing that idea. Now it could be like, I don't know, a parallel universe. It's so interesting. I really like that they did it because they were just like, hey, you thought these two people would never meet. Booyah, they did. No idea how or why, but you know, it's superhero sciencey speed force stuff. You things can happen, and I get that, but still, I want to talk about it. And so I don't know. I thought I would have an idea of what I think it is. The best I can think of is like some sort of parallel multiverse, or I don't know, the vanishing of everything has allowed these two paradoxes to meet. Maybe it's like a paradox, type deal, but that was kind of the explanation for Savitar, if I remember. So I don't know if I can quite use that or use that in an explanation, but super rad. And they had a really cool scene. They were like touching each other's suits, like, oh, yours is this, no, yours is this, and like getting ideas from each other. Because if you were seeing them like side by side, very different. Ezra Miller's Flash is a darker red and almost looks like not a suit of armor, but I almost want to say like they're like hockey, like because he's got like there was almost like pad. There's like a bunch of padding everywhere, like on his elbows and kind of shoulders. It kind of looks like a combat suit type deal, and the Flash's version, or our Flash, the TV's Flash, is super bright red and like latex type, in your face, haha. More, I don't want to say like cartoony, but more bright, comic book version. Really like jumps off the screen there. So we haven't. And going back, just sticking on the suits for just 1 minute while I have your attention. You put it. What did he do? That? How many times has the Flash done the ring thing? And the ring thing being, of course, his suit's in the ring, and he goes hi-ya, and then the suit shoots out, and he speeds into it or whatever, changes really quickly. I don't know, runs in a circle and changes. Why aren't we seeing more of that? I know it just. You could complain about anything. You always look at something and go, hey, that I wanted that to happen. But I am glad that they got to meet. It was super cool. I was not expecting them to kind of get together and do that little face-to-face, and it brought up a lot more questions than it did answers. And kind of what does that mean for the future? What kind of other iterations of the Flash will we see? What does this mean if this is possible, and what is possible? Because who is this Barry Allen, and how are they able to communicate? Will that matter in the future? I mean, I doubt it. I mean, this was probably just more for like, hey, we're doing this giant event, and we can probably swing putting these two people in the same room together. That would, make people's brains explode. Clearly, because here we are talking about it. But anyways, so yeah, what did you guys think of it? I really liked it. In terms of all the cameos that happened, if I had to rank them, at least just the ones that I noticed and liked, I would say Clark Kent, Smallville, number one. Sorry, but yes, that was awesome. That was really, really cool to see. Number two, definitely be the two Flashes meeting. That's probably as close to. I would say they're both number one, but like if I had to choose a scene, it would be seeing Smallville's Clark Kent back up on screen. That was just totally awesome, and with no powers and that whole dynamic. I won't get into it. You can just watch the video. Or not. But you know what happened. And it was super cool. So there's that. The two Flashes. And then what's the last one? Kevin Conroy. Is that... I'm saying that right? Yeah, I think that the voice of Batman, that was unexpected. And I was just kind of like... totally caught me off guard. And I had to look it up. Because like... when he enters the scene, I think it's part 2, because they're searching for the Paragons, and they go and find him, and he's in like a suit, and all we hear is his voice. We don't see him. We just hear his voice kind of come through, and I'm like, hold on, wait a tick mac patty whack second. I so tried to do something there that totally failed, but yeah. So they that was really interesting. They threw in some good ones, you know. It would have been cool to see the Lex Luthor from Smallville because they did hint at him. But other than that, you know, I'm sure there were a few other cameos and things like that. We saw a bunch of different iterations of heroes across the multiverse. Some of them we've never seen before, so I'm wondering if they'll be a part of the new universe or whatever because, you know, giant changes are happening to a rebirth, as it will, is happening. I know it's a comic book thing, the new 52 something. I'm not big on it, so I don't know like verbatim, but I do know that this is supposed to be, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like the rebirth or new 52. I'm pretty sure those two are the same, but you can tell me down below if I'm wrong. So yeah, super cool. Comment down below on what you guys thought was your favorite cameos or anything I missed and Wil Wheaton. I missed it the first time. Dang it, redo list. Everybody scrap, start over, hit the reset button. It would definitely be still Smallville, Flash, and then right in there Wil Wheaton, even though he didn't play anybody. He just kind of had he was like an extra, and he kind of showed up in part 1, holding like a death destruction type deal. But all I could think is Big Bang Theory. And just not. But hold on, I'm gonna get this out, and we'll all understand what the hell I'm talking about. In The Big Bang, Wil Wheaton plays himself and has like a feud with the main character Sheldon, and every time Sheldon, you know, sees Will or hears his name, he just Wheaton. There's your impression of me doing Wil Wheaton. You're welcome, or not, or thank you, or no. That's not how that works. Back up, reverse, split it. Moving on. So awesome. Had to talk about the Flash and the Flashy Flash, Flash v Flash, Flash meet up, Flash paradoxal parallel universe, maybe not so much. Ezra Miller spending too much time in the Speed Force. Not really sure. Really cool that happened. Had to get on here and talk about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. And one more part to go. Let's see what anti-monitor is. There we go. There's the whistle. And the new universe is out. We have no idea what that means or what that means for any of our heroes or anything. So lots of questions. I hope to answer them all and see where this trail ends. This train ends or trail. I guess the trail ends too. Anyways, I'm done rambling. Thank you for another off the cuff adventure. One take. Hoo-da-ha. Whoop whoop. Skippity doo. See you all till next time, guys. Later.